we made a decision to, the reason we sold the golf course was that they were ready to retire. We didn't want to develop it. And we had known people at the park board, and I used to be on the conservancy board. So we just thought that's what we would rather do with it.
And what do you love so much about having an apple farm as opposed to any other farm?
Well, I don't know.
Or mainly apples.
Yeah, mainly apples. You know, we don't have the acreage to grow like corn or soybeans or livestock, and I guess we've always done fruit, so we've just always continued with that. We used years and years ago, I mean, before I was born or when I was really young, we had a general farm and we had some cows, some chickens, some pigs, and all that. We haven't had that since the 40s, and we've been all fruit since then. Now, one difference in the fruit, you know, you interrupted me when you have a question. We used to sell a lot of our fruit to the stores, but probably since the middle 60s, or say from about 1970 on, so that's what, 40 years, we've sold everything here in our market. So we sell direct to the consumer.
That's good.
We don't, we're just not big, we're not that big, you know. I mean, we raise, so between people coming out and picking their own, and those coming out to buy at the market, we can sell everything we raise.
Do you have a favorite apple treat at your store? I know I like the apple cider.
Cider's a big thing with us. The apples that I like vary according to the season. I'll give you an example. Jonathan. You heard of the Jonathan apple?
Yeah.
So, I really like a Jonathan from about when we pick it, which would be about the 20th of September, through maybe most of October. They're really good. But after the 1st of October, they get a little soft, and so I usually switch. And we have this new one you may have heard about, Honey Crisp.
Yeah, I tried that.
I have heard that. My grandma has it.
That's probably our most popular apple. People just, excuse me, but we only have that about a month. We have it from about the middle of September to about the middle or towards the end of October. We have this orchard. Those are all dwarf trees, by the way. And they're usually, I mean, there's reasons for it, but basically they're dwarf trees because the root systems aren't as big and aren't as good. So all of these trees you'll notice out there have a stake in it.
Yeah.
That's to hold them up, because otherwise the wind would blow them over. And we have about, I don't know, 8 or 10 different kinds in that orchard. And there's one called a Johnny Gold.
What is it called?
Johnny Gold. It's a cross between Jonathan and Golden Delicious.
That's my favorite.
And that's a really good apple.
So
they're doing a lot of that, crossing two different apples to get one. Like the cross between a Red Delicious and a Macintosh is called an Empire. A cross between a Red Delicious and a Jonathan is called a Melrose. There's a lot of them like that.
What do you like most about your job?
Well, I think being your own boss.
Being what?
Being your own boss.
So, you know, you can do what you want. You can make the decisions that you need to make. And of course, we farm with our two sons now. So, quite frankly, they do a lot of the stuff. They're not young anymore. They're about 40 years old. So they do a lot. And I like working outside. Yeah, we like grazing apples.
You like your property?
Like the property. If you were up on the hill, I don't know whether you've been up on the hill where the market is.
It's huge.
But it has it's one of the highest points in northeast Ohio. And you can, from up there, you can see Lake Erie all in fact, from part of where you are, if you look the right way up at the top of the hill, you can see like the terminal tower.
Really?
National City buildings, all the buildings downtown, which we figure is about 20 miles from here to downtown. And from here to Lake Erie, where you see it's about 9 miles.
Rotate. Last few questions, and then we can rotate.
Last question. You guys have one?
You did good.
You guys have anything else?